Kofi, I'll start from graphic.com.gh before I come to the newspapers. Ask me why.
The KNUST student.
That's a very sad story. A KNUST student who has died from falling from a hostel building.
The passing of Ibu Taylor.
That's also another very sad story. Last week I was invited to the launch of his concert. I couldn't make it, only to hear that he had passed on. Great guy, Ibu Taylor. And he started writing the song for Wakoma Mame, right?
Yes.
He wrote it. I think back then he was with the Blue Monks. He wrote it. Your uncle CK Man added on. Others have also added on.
CK Man, added on. Papa Yankson sang the original one.
Yes, and the Rex Omadems also sport inside. But that's not the reason. The reason is Guinness Ghana Limited gross profit to 179.4 million. Okay, Guinness Ghana Limited gross profit to 179.4 million. Remember yesterday I spoke about Kasapreko?
Yes.
Also growing profits, right?
Yeah.
Where is your Gihok?
They're making losses.
And last night I actually looked at the state ownership reports that was released in 2023, right? The SIGA state ownership report. Charlie, you did grow how? A lot of the state companies, even the ones that we say are making profits, right? Or the ones that are healthy, like GMPC, GMPC, if it wasn't for our interest in our crude and what they get, if you look at how it's being run and how money is being spent, and it would also have even been in the same situation as.
It's sad to say this, but we have shown over the years, shown over the period, that the current system isn't working for us.
Who are the people who work at Guinness Ghana?
Hold on a minute. Are
they not the same Ghanaians?
I'm going to explain. So the current system doesn't work for us. That man who works at Guinness Ghana, knows that he is not there because of a campaign that he engaged in. That person knows he's not there because he paid money towards the election of somebody.
No, but can you not pay money towards somebody's election, engage in campaign, and still come into a system with deliverables for you to deliver for the people of Ghana?
I'm coming. Now, the moment that person campaigns, pays money, and he's giving a position, he interprets that to mean a reward, but he only would see it as something he's supposed to deliver on if there's supervision, proper supervision and monitoring. Unfortunately, these are things we don't do in this country. So there's the SIGA, State Interest and Governance Authority, end of story.
Look at CPC, Cocoa Processing Company, and look at the Olams, the Barry Calibos, the Cargills, and all those companies. They are profit-making entities. Yeah. CPC is a subsidiary of COCOBOD, which is actually the institution getting all the cocoa first, but still cannot make proper profit. What's wrong with us?
Good question. What's wrong with us? Sometimes also we employ too many people, and pay.
Let's sanitize the system.
Well, if we are prepared to do that, why not?
Winston, I can't sleep because look, Ghana Railway Company, we set it up years ago, right? It's a Ghana Railway Company. At this particular point, we should have railways crisscrossing the country. We should have trams. We should have improved transport. Where is it? We can't have leadership that thinks and finds better ways to get things done. That's why this story is my number one story. Guinness Ghana gross profit to 179.4 million Ghana cedis as the state-owned counterparts are struggling. There's another story here that I would want to share with you. This is the BNFT. Buy made in Ghana, Kumasi Shoe Factory push it for compulsory school footwear directive. Yesterday there was a story about the security agencies not buying from Kumasi Shoe Factory, right? And now they are trying to increase their capacity to, 15 million pairs of school sandals a year, right? And they are asking the government to make it compulsory for schools to buy from the Kumasi Shoe Factory. Now, energy transition risks sidelining us, Dr. Opon is warning. UCC School of Business engages BNFT on strategic collaboration, and Cocoa Crossroads, reform or relapse. That's a feature in the BNFT. And VFS Global warns against visa appointment fraud. Kofi.
Well, the insight for this morning says over 1,000 jobs created so far. The tangible impact of Chief Meful's ethical leadership in action at Ashaiman, renaming Ghana's Kotoka International Airport history, identity, and the Pan-African quest for national unity on the front page. And for the Cuban people, surrender is not an option. Family petitions Greater Accra Regional Minister over alleged security threat at Botiano lands, and EduPac program unveiled to ease SHS boarding admission and eradicate bed bug infestation. Wow. And party elections must be contest of ideas, not auctions. Ra Adams Karim, all on the front page of the Insight.
The Daily Guide, sad story from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Student falls to his death in a hostel in Nigeria. So we are told that his colleagues and the KNUST police took him to the hospital and he was pronounced dead on arrival. Now, the big story on the front page of the Daily Guide, Ayawasu East NDC votes buying saga. Majority calls for polls annulment as OSP probes case. Richard Asiedu appointed WANF President General, and Sky Train trial. Court rejects AG's re-examination of witness. Sky Train.
The National Enquirer says COCOBOD in a cash crunch. How contract defaults, debt, and a broken financing model pushed Ghana cocoa sector to the brink. Government to roll out nationwide free primary healthcare in April. Suspend Ayawasu East primary results, spending probe into bribery allegations upon Fosu. And MPA CEO touts authorities' discipline regulatory regimen at 2026 Nigeria International Energy Awards. Help us save lives, Mahama Care Boys appeals to corporate Ghana. And KGL Group CEO calls for homegrown business champions to drive Africa's prosperity. Africa needs patient, development-oriented capital to power growth. Julius Debra.
Now, if you go to the Daybreak newspaper, Occupy Ghana calls for criminalization of vote buying. ECG MD's contract extension expires today. There's a photo of the ECG MD, Julius Kwame Kwekpena. And MIF predicts strong GSE performance, and other stories from the Daybreak for the morning.
The Economic Times for today, NPA's bold move to secure Ghana's fuel future hailed amid enforcement challenges. Ghana takes giant steps towards gold refinery, begins with artisanal sector, and window of opportunity, non-interest banking redefining Ghana's financial strategy in the boardroom. And Elam goes to his maker. May he keep resting in perfect peace. Before you do, the online news review brought to us by Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
The Guta boss is speaking. Pass it on. Guta boss demands traders share CD gains with consumers. Baba Jamal, a political career shaped by ballots, court battles, and controversy. From Akotia to Ayawasu East. A very, very interesting article there. You'd want to read that. Get some more context about Baba Jamal and his history as a politician. Prices have come down across board. Guta president pushes back at public doubts. And Abu Trika sues Interior Minister, AG, NACOC, FBI, and Yoko, demands 10 million Ghana cedis in damages. Now, the Guta president is also warning traders, don't be greedy in a competitive market. Now, yesterday we aired a tax for galamsey, and people are reacting to this. If you go on social media, a lot of people are watching the video and sharing the links. And this expose links a DCU to 6,000 Ghana cedi galamsey fees. So they are collecting fees from criminals to allow them to use their machinery on our lands here in the country. And Ayawasu Zongo chiefs caution NDC against cancelling Ayawasu East Primary. And Occupy Ghana demands crackdown on intra-party vote buying. If you go to citynewsroom.com, Ghana is quietly ditching ATMs as mobile money takes over banking. When was the last time you used an ATM, Winston?
I don't remember.
Yeah, this story says Ghana is quietly ditching ATMs as mobile money takes over banking. And Ofinso MP to COCOBOD tell cocoa farmers the truth. Randy Abbey says that COCOBOD failed to supply over 300,000 tons of cocoa in 2023-2024, and Baba Jamal appears before NDC panel, rejects vote buying claims. More on COCOBOD. 26 billion Ghana Cedi cocoa road contracts due to sack waste fueled COCOBOD debt, according to Randy Abbey. And Occupy Ghana is calling for criminalization of vote buying in party primaries. Now, Kofi, on the COCOBOD issue, there are two articles that we'll publish on my Joe Online. They are old articles. One is by J. Achu Amegashi, and he wrote this on Facebook sometime in 2025. And one is by Ace Ankoma. He wrote this on 24th of May 2016. Also on Facebook, and republished on Facebook on the 6th of August 2025. Time to rethink COCOBOD's statutory monopoly. He wrote this, and that's a debate. Should yesterday I said COCOBOD should be disbanded. We should leave the industry to itself. Just have some regulation. We have the Tree Crops Authority, for example, managing the mango industry, right? At the beginning of the season, they will set the floor price. This year, they are managing cashew as well. They've set the floor price to 12 Ghana cedis per kilo. Aggregators, big buyers will then enter the market, figure out how to get their funding, buy the produce, and do their business. Should we disband COCOBOD in its current state? Have the Tree Crops Authority, for example, regulate prices and all those things, and maybe keep the bit about cocoa research to ensure they do further research and ensure quality assurance, and let the industry manage its affairs. What should we do? Because you cannot keep having an institution going through this year in, year out, when their other competitors are actually doing better. So what are they doing to be better? And what are we doing to throw over 500,000 farmers and other dependents, over 800,000 people in that value chain, in a state of shock and a state of hardship? I
know there are people who have suggested that this whole COCOBOD module be scrapped. But if Gold Board is doing well, and we're saying, okay, that's actually helping, what is it that we can do with COCOBOD?
Gold Board just started.
Yeah.
When COCOBOD started, Gold Board just started.
It will be important to look at the lessons we learned in the establishment of Gold Board, and probably begin to implement same for COCOBOD. It would also be important we do a staff audit of COCOBOD.
Yeah.
And look at some of the subsidiaries and whether they are relevant in today's market. If they are not, let them go. I can understand where you come from when it comes to this whole, buying of cocoa and all of that. But I ask, should COCOBOD be awarding contracts for the construction of cocoa roads?
Ask again.
Should COCOBOD be doing that?
Then somebody should also be awarding contracts for construction of cashew roads, contracts for construction of tilapia roads. I do not. Contract for construction of catfish roads in Yeji.
I do not think that COCOBOD should be engaged in that. COCOBOD can support that. But if it wants to do that, then we need to check these contracts. Because they owe billions. They've awarded contracts worth billions of Ghana cedis, cocoa roads. Why? So, when governments want to construct roads and they don't know where to get the money from, they target as cocoa roads and compel COCOBOD to take care of it. There are those who also believe that the decision to move COCOBOD from the finance ministry to the agric ministry, food and agriculture ministry, in itself is a problem. But we'll have this conversation.
Anyway.
So let's get into the papers.
Yes, more stories. I'll give you a story here on Occupy Ghana. They are calling for the criminalization of vote buying, and the story is on page 3 of the Daybreak newspaper, also on My Joy Online. The story says that civil society group Occupy Ghana has renewed its call for the criminalization of vote buying in internal party elections following allegations of inducements during the National Democratic Congress primaries to select a candidate for the Ayawaso East by-election scheduled for March 3, 2026. On that, we have a lot of reactions. The Ayawaso Zongo chiefs are cautioning the NDC against cancelling the Ayawaso East primary, and Baba Jamal is rejecting allegations of vote buying. He met the committee yesterday. We'll be getting the report today. The report is expected to be released today.
To be presented.
Whether it will be made public.
I know it will be presented to FEC today.
Yeah.
Now, this bit about vote buying. Look, Kojo, if I ask you today to go to your constituency and go and consult delegates, okay, that you want to contest,
Yeah.
there's a 70 to 80% probability that they will ask you to come. You know why?
Why?
Because if you come, you give them money.
But I don't have money.
Good. But people actually look forward to this, and it's the reason, during the NPP primary, I was making the point on TV and radio that, look, there were people who said, this guy, we worked for him, but he's not come to see us. They come to see us is not just to say thank you, no. To the extent that people even came for a conference sponsored by the party. Okay, they were transported to Accra. They were still expecting. Those, the flag bearer aspirants
To give the money.
So they were waiting. Oh, this person has come. That person has come. So it's like the delegates actually expect this. And so whoever puts himself up for election, it's become something you deal with. Beyond the criminalization and everything, we must find a way of dealing with this. There are those who have suggested let everybody vote. Oh boy, you're just going to increase the money people pay.
But if we have 14 million registered voters, right? Let's say 10 million actively vote, and there's always a split of almost 50-50 between NDC and PP. Let's make these assumptions. If the parties go on a registration spree and sign up members, dues paying members, let's say each member pays 100 Ghana cedis, that entitles you to be able to vote in your constituency, regional, national elections. That could be a revenue generating venture for them. Look, if NPP targets 5 million, NDC targets 5 million, and they even get 2 million registered members who pay 100 Ghana cedis each, is that not 200 million?
Yes.
In revenue for the party?
Yes.
And you have 2 million people who can help you make the decision, and it will be difficult to induce 2 million people to vote for a flag bearer. And they just say we are Ghana good now they are SH1.
Let's give it a try.
They should be
the NDC tried in 2015 and they learnt their lessons because people then had to still pay. So that's really, it's like this whole thing about vote buying has become a Ghanaian problem.
Is it that we don't like doing hard things or the right things?
It's something that would go back to even our fight for democracy and how we've done our politics all this while. We've done the politics that suggests that vote for me so that you get this. And because I don't believe I'll get this, I say pay me so that I give you a job. That unfortunately is the challenge. Now the National Enquirer, COCOBOD in a cash crunch, and we're told that Ghana's once reliable cocoa financing system has unraveled, plunging the world's second largest cocoa presenting to a deep liquidity crisis that continues to ripple through the sector, affecting farmers, licensed buying companies, exporters, and state-owned COCOBOD itself. The troubles, we're told, began in 2023-2024 when COCOBOD entered into forward contracts to supply 800,000 metric tons but failed to deliver 333,000 metric tons due to a mix of production shortfalls, smuggling, operational inefficiencies, and financial stress. I'll tell you more about this